Most people thought they were watching a giant music rollout. Frozen towers, cryptic ice blocks, and a citywide spectacle built to dominate the timeline. But the deeper story wasn't the size of the stunt. It was what Drake chose to reveal inside it. For weeks, ICEMAN behaved like a puzzle with too many moving parts. A Twitch streamer named Kishka helped surface the release date after a blue waterproof bag, a trip to Drake's residence, and a reported reward connected to the album reveal. Then, Toronto's CN Tower was drenched in icy projections while the livestream kept rolling, turning the city itself into a stage. That is why the rollout felt less like promotion and more like a controlled detonation. Here is what the spectacle was hiding. First, it was deeply personal. Drake disclosed on the project that his father, Dennis Graham, has cancer. And this wasn't just speculation. As reported by Rolling Stone, the entire release centered on this diagnosis, while People magazine separately confirmed the profound family health disclosure. Second, the timing. ICEMAN is his 9th solo studio album. And as Rolling Stone explicitly framed it, it arrives after a year defined by brutal public scrutiny and the fallout from his feud with Kendrick Lamar. CBC described the rollout as a prolonged build stretching across multiple live streams, setting the stage for his answer to the world. Third, the emotion. CBC reported Drake saying he wanted to freeze the world with this album. But with the revelation of his father's illness, that phrase takes on a devastating second meaning. That public freeze over Toronto was a mask. A mask for something far more vulnerable underneath. Fourth, narrative control. CBC heavily documented the CN Tower projections and the live visual album format. The rollout kept your attention on the ice and the spectacle. But Rolling Stone noted the album was actually positioned to answer unresolved questions about his future and public persona. He was quietly redirecting you toward grief, legacy, and endurance. Once you connect those pieces, the entire project changes shape. The ice motif stops being a branding choice and starts behaving like emotional armor. Cold on the outside, unstable underneath. The live streams, the crowd chaos, the hidden date, and the tower freeze were all attention magnets. But they also created distance. A way to control the frame, while something intimate moved through the center of the story. In other words, the rollout didn't just announce an album. It managed perception. So the audience would feel the spectacle first, and understand the pain second. This isn't just Drake returning with music. This is Drake turning private damage into a public structure that people could not ignore. The louder the rollout became, the more clearly it pointed back to the things he needed to survive. Family illness, public pressure, and the weight of both at once. Most people thought the ice was the story. The truth is, the ice was only the cover for what he was trying to carry.